You people, welcome back to the Fix. It's boy Nar here with Ari, and we have an uprising artist in the building. But before we get to that, big ups to our sponsors. Sensi Medical Cannabis House, located at the Pulse Center. Big up yourself. Sensi for housing us here. This video is also brought to you by
Lothian's Boutique. Follow them on Instagram at Lothian's Boutique. Use code extra20 to get a discount off your next purchase.
Right. I thought that was pretty good. Got you.
Good job, team.
All right. So as I said, we have an uprising artist in the building. He's a recording artist. A gospel recording artist.
Well, we're gonna talk more.
Find out more about that. But Chris Malachi in the building.
But before we even get into this, Naro, this is a personal connection to both of us. You're a fellow Wilmerian. We know each other from Heidel, roughly.
No, I'm not Heidel.
Where? Oh yeah, your family members.
Second farm, third farm.
Well, yeah, your family used to go Heidel there. That's true. But yes, Wilmers and all them something there. So yeah, we have a connection there.
Yeah, that's good. Nice to have connection outside of the music industry.
So
nice showing the bias there.
So
that's why I get for father.
Yeah. A joke. No, but the reason why I brought that up too is because again we know each other for a good little while now, and I remember you being in high school and you never even used to send out, you used to hardly talk. Of course we made a connection or friendship there, but you did relatively shy and quiet. So when we in a university now, I'm see you gone over the singing part of you.
The singing part of you.
Singing part of you.
Sorry. Quill, right? Quilt. Sorry, yes. I was like, Chris, what you doing here? And he's like, I sing. And I'm like, what? I was so shocked. I'm like, you sing? So first of all, was that always a talent that you had, but you, again, being so shy, you never really showed that talent to everyone and people? It was, I guess, only your family knew that?
Well, so singing was the very last thing we did start though. Mm-hmm. It's my first thing starting out in music was actually playing the piano. So just from how did well a little bit, I could have play by ear and stuff like that. So I used to go to music classes, right? And then eventually I joined the choir at church. But you're in a group, one whole heap of people don't really can't hear you or anything. And then after that, I started writing. That was when I was about 15 or so. That's when I started songwriting. But there was a thing where I used to just write songs for my other friends in school who could have sing, or even my sister, other people, but I couldn't sing as yet. But I didn't want to sing, but I really didn't know how to. But eventually I started training myself and things, because it was that thing where I was like, all right, you'll just be a writer. But then I realized that I started writing a lot of personal stuff, and eventually I was like, I feel like I'm the only person who can really pull off what I'm actually writing about and stuff like that. So that's when I really start learning the craft and thing, and then that's how I started singing around probably 16, 17 when I leave high school them time there. And I really get into it around UE time. So I'm a late singer, I guess.
Yeah.
You say you train yourself.
Yeah, because it's because when you get that foundation and that beginning for start playing an instrument, as well as just me growing up with a lot of other singers and thing, it's possible to learn that, I'm
like myself.
No, anybody can sing. It's just
no anybody cannot sing.
No, anybody can.
No, yeah, give her a false hope.
Anybody can.
I
learn
get what
sing.
you're saying because I fall from the same background. If I feel I could probably teach myself to sing because I don't have the basics down pattern.
Yeah. I just have to be in that environment.
Okay.
So just want to develop it.
So that's what you did, basically.
Yeah, basically. I think, as I say, it was so at some point when I was writing more and more, and then it was just these are my stories, these are my thoughts and everything. I want to be putting them out. I'll write for some people if I need to, but I want to have my voice. And yeah.
So have you written for any other established artists?
Not yet. there are some people who I might help with writing, you know, upcoming and thing, but I want to write for any artist. So if anybody anybody need a writer, I'm here. But I haven't done that as yet. But yeah, man.
So again, coming from that background, you're also, as Nara kind of intimated in the beginning, like gospel, coming from a Christian family, and your music, your EP, The Messenger, it kind of reflect that. But we were talking earlier and saying that the songs, even though they're Christian themed, it's not Christian driven. So you're not gonna hear Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But when you listen to the songs, like, you know that it's coming from a place of spirituality and God. So was that intentional? Sorry, with this EP and just your overall career is that you don't necessarily want to be a reggae gospel artist. You just want to be an artist
that just so happens to be influenced.
To be a Christian. Yeah. Yeah, that's really it. I would say, funny enough, when I just started like writing, I don't think at any point I did really set out to be like, okay, I'm gonna be this gospel artist. It was more of a thing where I was just focusing on writing. That's really what I really understand. I really want to believe to the core. And that's what did start come out after a while, you know. And it's funny, when I did done writing all of these songs and things, I was like, okay, I find myself in this position where I have these songs and it don't really fit a particular lane. But then I was like, I still want to go with it because I really, really feel it, and I feel like there's a place for it. Because when I think about my music and where I want my music to go, I want it to impact the broader culture. You know, it's not. I don't want to just be staying in circles and things. You know, I want to have a wide reach, and even further, I think. Yeah, how I see it, I think it's necessary for like different identities to be represented in the culture, right? So, I think you need some Christian voices for talk about different things, as well as everybody else have a necessary place in the culture too. My thing is just, I think the music's supposed to be a reflection of what is going on in the culture, and that spirituality and that Christianity is a part of the culture, you know, in some way, shape or form. But me want to be one of those guys who reach out far, you know.
But then that kind of music and the kind of music that you do, you don't feel like it's kind of shelved and boxed and put into a little, you know, category. Probably it's on the top shelf because, of course, it's Christian, it's God, it's good. But, you know, like to get to the mainstream, the masses, it's difficult. Like, you'd have to go to a fun into the sun to hear. You know, you're not gonna necessarily play like Uptown Wonders, you understand? So, but masses and, you know, radio, you're not gonna play on like 2 p.m. radio, maybe.
Well, like this, I think a time like now is the best time for artists like me, because in this independent age and where I have the internet and everything there, people can build them own platform to an extent. So yeah, I think while in some sense I think maybe the traditional place would be like, is like, okay, put it here, so but at the same time I think you have to navigate your steps in a way, you know, like if you feel like you need to be here, I think now is the time where you can prove that you have a space here and for build a platform in different ways. I don't think it's so set in stone to say you have to do these things anymore, because I mean we have enough different artists coming up right now, artists who probably couldn't exist in the last 10 years.
That's true. And from what I see, it seemed like you make inroads into the reggae community, like me see a part like with people in reggae circles and everything there. How did that happen, and how did they accept you in them circles? Seeing, you know, reggae, Rasta, that's their religion.
And you know what you say, because Rasta always burn out Babylon and them not really
exactly
Jesus.
Yeah? Exactly.
Is this white man, not black man Jesus?
So how that connection they make?
Well, alright. The connection started out with I would say JLL. Yeah. JLL, that's my producer.
Big bad producer.
Producer Jazzy too.
Yeah, man. And when I met him, and I just let him know what I wanted to do, and he was willing to work with me. I guess over time, just kind of being in the music circle, you meet people over time, and for me, it's not always, it's not really more of a case where it's like, them are Rasta. So it's more like just talk to people, treat people like actual people, and you get to find different common ground and mutual interest and things through that. So yeah, it's just a matter of being yourself around people.
Yeah.
Really.
So how have you grown though? Because do you think, or do you consider? Did you always consider yourself to be shy, or like is it me that did just put it on you, like say I thought you were shy? Like first of all, let me just ask that question.
No, man, I would definitely describe myself as an introvert. Like, me is that person. Like, alright, I'm kind of cool with everybody. Like, I know different people and things, but in terms of like my personal life, I don't really need more than 5 friends. Like, we're good, you see me? But yeah, I'm kind of shy and drawn to myself and things, but boy, I think music is really my outlet.
Yeah, because I was about to ask, like, how have you grown though? And being in this industry, you have to kind of, open up yourself just a little for people to know you, relate to you, and find some connection with you through your, and I guess they'll find that through your music too as well. So how are you able to open up, and how have you grown?
Well,
personally,
yeah, alright. I think the biggest thing what this music journey teach me so far is just to learn to get comfortable outside of your comfort zone. Yeah, because it's a thing what mother says stretch me in a lot of different ways. I have to be learning how to talking to people and learning how to network, learning just how to put myself out there in the networking sense, and also just you being vulnerable as an artist sometimes a way of putting yourself out there too. So I mean, yeah, man, it definitely help with personal growth, I would say. But it's just a thing where you just have to do what you need to do. You can't stop and make everything stop you and make, fear cripple you and them things. You just have to move.
It seemed like, I don't know, from my experience, it seemed like less and less people are believing in God and following Christianity. You feel that it was a necessity to not make your songs them so overtly Christian because of this?
Well, for me, it's not necessarily of not making it overtly Christian because of. It's more of a thing where I think something like context is important. So people will hear me and know that I'm a Christian, but my music is more about how does your Christian belief fit in the context of everyday life. I think your beliefs can learn. You can be guided by your beliefs in a lot of different ways. Because let's look at it. You're really only in church for a couple of hours for the week. Your real life is everything else.
Some people.
Church every day.
Yeah.
No. I understand that because me grow up like that as well. But in reality,
the average
person have a real life. Them go to work. Them have real friends. Them have real relationships and things. So, I want my music for be able to apply to different situations, because you're not supposed to be a Christian only in church. But it shape how you view things in general, whether your social views, your relationship wise, just how you carry yourself daily. So that is, so it's not just say, oh, I don't want to talk about Jesus or whatever because people don't want to hear it. It's just, I want to be a holistic artist, I would say.
How far would you take your music in terms of content? You'd make a love song, like a sex song, like what? How far we're talking?
Jesus did not have sex.
But Jesus made us, or God made us to have sex. Aha. So how far you would take it?
Alright, Moda definitely write a love song, but I think there's a difference between love song and sex song. Yeah, because I mean, some of the greatest love songs to me probably never even touch on sex. It was just that that pureness of love, because love is a pure thing, you know. You know, so of course, more than write a love song at some point, you know, if I feel like I really need to. But no, I'm not really find the need for be all explicit about things, because I mean, everybody else I do that. More I do something different.
And I think more so your mom's watching.
no. I mean, mommy. Mommy, I watch, yes, but I really some moments it, you know, like you have different ways to talk about love.
Yeah.
Different ways to talk about. I mean, if me talk about social issues, I'm probably not go. But no, Babylon, every you know, whatever that mean, but more put a little nuance to certain things to say like, this is my view on things, you know.
Cause it's easy for burn out Babylon, you know, but most people don't really touch upon like what we doing wrong. Most songs don't really say, hey, maybe we're the problem, maybe we are a part of the issues. So like even think of flipping things like that, no? Maybe.
Yeah, as I say, it's about about nuance. So like for me, the reason why I probably would make a song about Born Babylon, because Babylon, that is such a broad thing. But I would definitely speak truth to power. There's a difference, you know? And holding ourselves accountable and thing, because, you know, it's many different ways you can write a song.
I want to touch on your EP just a little bit more, because JLL, I think, is
one of the best producers.
He is top notch. And, you know, listening to your album, I listened to your EP in its entirety, and I listened to the couple tracks that he produced for Jazz Elise, and I just think he has a way with sound. And I feel like I've never, when I talk to him yet, but I think that him can play an instrument just based on how it sound authentic, like when you're in the studio and play the actual instrument. Like, was it like that, or don't you know what, I'm not even ask it. I'd be so sad to find out it was actually computers and synthesizers doing all these amazing sounds. But yeah, JLL did an amazing job with it. So how did you two come up with the sounds, the ideas, and how you wanted it to represent?
Well, big up JLL first of all. One of the best producers out right now. Alright, so how we get to this point building the music? When I met JLL, or when I heard his music, I think the very first thing what jump out to me was him drums, to be quite honest. Like, you know, like him would have that sound. And when I contacted him and we start working, what I like the most about him will try anything, you know. You can bring any idea to him, and then we just sit down and really work it out. So that's just that openness is how it really starts. And then eventually, yeah, some things are synthesized and stuff like that. I play some of the song, him play some. Then we bring in some live musicians as well. We definitely use a lot of live musicians, so it's a mixture. So like whenever you hear guitar, more than likely a live guitar. When you hear hands, it's live hands. But when you hear the drum sometime and the bass and certain effects and thing, them thing that I want him just use him expertise and make that modern sound. But like, I love mixing things like that.
It sounds really authentic, and once I urge you guys to go on YouTube or SoundCloud and listen to it. You're gonna love it, even if you're not a Christian. Because I said to you, you know. Well, but I really like Christian music, but I love this song. My favorite song is Always There. I love that and Dust.
Yeah, song about.
Yeah.
But if they want to actually financially support the artists, tell them how them can cop.
Yeah, man.
Weird.
Alright, so one must get like my bank details.
If you wanna.
I joke. I mean, it's out on all platforms. So that's Chris Malachi. The name of the EP is A Messenger. You can get it on your iTunes, Amazon, wherever them sell music is there, and you can stream it as well, you know. It's very easily accessible.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you your name, Malachi. Is that your favorite Bible? What is it? Book? Is it a book?
You're really heated, understand? You're really heated.
Alright, let me just explain it quick. Let me just before we reach too far.
Book, right?
Yeah, it's a book in the Bible. Alright, so it was a thing where I must give myself a name, something more mean something to me. And in my research, just researching all over the place, I find Malachi. Malachi is a name which means God's messenger, or one who is charged with a message. And just being the writer that I've always been, the message in the music is very important to me, so that did resonate. So I just go with that, and I like it, you know.
Makes sense.
And Malachi. So you're hoping to work and collaborate with other artists, like other established acts soon, like what we know, or
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't say I have like a list set out right now, but I'm definitely interested in collaboration with different people. Anybody. I would love to collaborate with people who you probably wouldn't just expect right out, but you know, when two creatives come together, I think interesting things can happen. So, of course.
I give thanks again for passing through. Chris, where the people them can follow you?
yeah.
All right, so you can find me on Instagram at Chris Malachi, Twitter at Chris Malachi, Facebook Chris Malachi again. Everything is pretty much at Chris Malachi. So yeah,
people,
man.
if you want good wholesome music,
Wholesome music.
nice good music as well,
Nice, good music. Well, you cannot play around your mother too, you know?
which is right.
Which is key.
I think my
And
mom
your
long
kids.
for them type of, for me to listen them type of music around her again. Chris Malachi, that's where you find it, people. Alright. Read that. Give thanks again.
Life will knock you down with some natural disasters. Dep on the ground, help now move faster. You look around and you can't find your path, but all hope is not lost.